What's going on, my beat builders, man? I want to change it up. Come outside, give you a little, it's not too sunny right now, but I just want to change it up for my lesson that I got for you today. Now, one funny thing is, sometimes we get stuck in a routine and we forget other things that's going around us. Now, I pass this park quite often. It's not really a park, it's just a long trail, and I never notice, let's see if I can walk over here to it, that they actually have a nice feature right behind me. That blue box, you can fix your bike, and they got tools, and they actually have air that you can pump up your tires with. I never knew this thing was here. Now I have my own inflator for my tires, but this is nice knowing that this is here along the way if I ever do need it. And I wouldn't even notice it was here if I didn't come out here and walk around. Usually I'm just driving in my car. You can probably hear the cars in the background. So that's one thing about getting out of your environment. So I hope you're doing good. I hope you're enjoying the day. I hope you're making your beats. But this lesson is going to be not about being productive in the sense of just making music. Sometimes we need to get out of our space and get out of our head. So recently I was watching a Netflix documentary on Simone Biles. And if you don't know who she is, man, she's just a top-notch gymnastics. They calling her, she's probably one of the best in the world right now for gymnastics. And we know we got the 2024 Olympics coming up, so she's competing for that. But the one big takeaway I took from her documentary was, so in 2020, she didn't compete. She dropped out. And it wasn't because of injury. She did one of her gymnastics routines and she just felt something was off in her mind. She tried it again and she was still off in her mind. Let me pause for a second, let this car go past. And she landed, but she didn't think it was good land. So she tried it again, and she still didn't land fine again. So what she described her was having was a case of the twisties. Now, the twisties is a term in gymnastics where you know what you need to do mentally, your body knows what to do, but when you think about it, it doesn't react in the same way. So you might think you did 3 twists when you only did 2 twists. Now that can be really dangerous, especially if you're up in the air, you can land on your neck, you can hurt yourself really bad. So she decided to pull out the race. Everybody was talking about her bad, like, why did she punk out and stuff like that. And that's one thing wrong, I think, with society, that we try to stay on this hustle culture mentality. Nothing is wrong with that. If you want to get far, you do need to put in the work. Some people have been successful with the hustle. Some people, they take breaks and they be successful. So you just need to find what your balance is and what you're willing to give up in your life to find that success. You don't have to be grinding out 5 beats a day, 10 beats a day, right? In Simone Biles' case, she took off months after that 2020 Olympics. She said she would go to the gym and practice like 1 day out of the month. 1 day out of the month she would go practice. And you think, dang, that's crazy. But she said that's what she did for a whole year and a half until it got closer and closer for now the 2024 Olympics, where then about a year out, or about a year and a half out, she started taking it more seriously. Then she was in the gym every day, but she said she started slow, doing the basics, practicing the basics, making sure her mind was right first so she wouldn't injure herself. And then she came back and she ended up winning the 2023 Worlds anyway. So that just goes to show you, if you're still good and got the skills, you can take breaks and you can still come out on top. right? Now, in her case, she's just a different level performer, so it is what it is, but you can still take breaks for yourself as well. So that's the lesson I want to tell you today. I'm out here walking just to maybe get it in your mind. Just take a break from your music, right? If you're watching this YouTube video and you, I don't know, you could be on break at work, or you just took a break from your music. Well, instead of just sitting down because you've been sitting making music, get up and take a walk if you can around your neighborhood. Because one thing I found out is you need space to clear your mind. And that's something we definitely don't talk about a lot, because it's, at least in the Western world, it's frowned upon to clear your mind and take a break, as if it's so bad. But if you think about it, let's use the gym for example. When you go to the gym and lift weights, you think you're building muscle while you're lifting the weights. No. Your muscles, what happens is when you lift the weights, you tear muscles, you tear fibers inside your body. So if I'm doing a shoulder press, I'm tearing little muscles. And then it recovers when I rest. That's when it actually does the building and the growth. And then coupled with your nutrition to build that tears and repair so they can come back stronger and bigger. And that's what we need to do with our mind. You need to take a break. I know you've been through writer's block sometimes. You know what you need to do. You know you need to add some drums, a bass line, some instruments, but you just can't figure out the melody. So you're just hammering away, and you get mad at yourself because you can't finish it. It makes sense. I go through the same struggle. But at that point, you might want to walk away, because I know sometimes I can just be in the shower, or I'm cooking, or I'm doing something like this, taking this walk, and then I think of an idea. And because I have equipment that I can record my voice, my phone, I can just put down ideas and they do good. Now see, walking on this trail, I'm seeing something that I haven't even seen before back here. Like this big old barn and shed, all this hay. So it's just something interesting to see. And it might give me an idea for something. I don't know. Spark your creativity. So I advise you to take these more mental breaks, and don't beat yourself up because you take a break. Especially if you're making sync licensing. Think about it. You're already working for free anyway. Unless you're getting upfront money, you're already working for free. So does it matter how much time you take? No, you want to get the best out of your mental focus, because everybody needs that break. Your brain is like a muscle, and it has to be repaired, just like when I use the weight analogy and tearing your fibers and stuff like that. So just remember that. I don't want to go on too long. I want to check up on you though. Make sure everything is good with yourself. How are you doing physically? How are you doing mentally, right? Forget about the music stuff. That stuff will be there. But I want to make sure that you're doing okay, because if you're not doing okay, then you won't even have the ability to make music or be with your family or live a great life. And man, these mosquitoes, they're killing. Oh man, whoo. Man, now this is like a wooded area, a trail, but it's a long trail. It's actually pretty nice. Sometimes I come out here, I haven't rolled my bike out here in a while. It's just something I like to do. And one thing I want to add to taking a break, especially if you come from making music, is if you come out and take a walk, leave your headphones and music at home, or don't listen to it, right? You might have your music on your phone. I do, I have like Spotify, so I can listen to actually music anywhere I go, because I usually have my phone on me. But I found that not listening to music helps me sit with my own thoughts. And sitting with your own thoughts is scary for most people. Why? Because you gotta confront life. You gotta confront things. Let's say you finishing making music, but you haven't been in the library yet. So now you got to talk to yourself like, man, am I good enough? Am I worth it? Is my music good enough? When am I ever going to get in the library? Or if you're in a library and you don't have a placement yet, now you have to sit with that thought. Am I good enough? Is my music good enough? So it's the same things over and over. And confronting that fear, I found, helps me get through it. Most of the time we walk through life and we don't examine our life, right? Like right now, I can see myself on this front. I got a small little action camera and I can see myself on the view. So I'm looking at myself, reflecting on things. So if I didn't have this camera, I would just have to sit with my thoughts. That's what I usually do. I like to hear nature and the things around me. And it's scary sometimes to confront your own thoughts. So I want you to take that another tidbit, leave your music and stuff. I know a lot of people like it because it takes them out of it, but you've just came from making music. So why are you listening to more music? Right? It's nothing wrong with it. I listen to music, but I oftentimes, if I'm listening to music, I don't listen to what I create. So most of the time it's like hip hop music and suspense drama music I make. I don't listen to none of that. Only if I'm doing research, I may listen to hip hop, but I don't listen to this stuff. I listen to all kind of different music to give me ideas. But on walks like this, riding my bike, even when I go to the gym and exercise, I don't listen to music. Now the gym has music, so I listen to that because then I can hear new songs. I'm going through stages of learning how to DJ, and so I can hear new songs. But if I had my own music, I would be closed off to the possibility of new songs. And this brings up another point I just thought about. Harping on again, rejection in your music. Now this is with the DJ stuff. Now, I tried to reach out to this band that they're playing at this local bar around town. And they play kind of similar stuff that I DJ. So I emailed them and said, you know, I noticed during your shows you play an iPad during your breaks. So what if you just have a DJ fill in? And they responded back, but they said, no, it won't work with the logistics because the stage is small, which it really is. I've been to the club before. So I'm like, but I tried. And I think that's the most important part. If you check my other videos before like this, the vlogging videos, it's about looking for that dirty window. And that was an opportunity I seen to pitch myself to be like, hey, I don't want any pay. I just want to build experience because I haven't DJ'd in front of people live before, just in my bedroom. Man, these mosquitoes, whoo! So I tried my chance and they said no. Now they may keep me in mind, so if something else comes up, let me turn around. Whew. I need to start walking back. Even though it's not that much sun this way, these mosquitoes, man. But at least they kept me on their mind and I tried. I got rejected and you move on. And that's what you're gonna get doing your sync licensing career, rejection. So you just gotta know how to face it. The more times, the more reps you put in getting rejected, the more it'll just brush off your shoulders and you'll be like, oh well, let's move on to the next library, such and such. So let me know in the comments, what do you do to clear your mind for mental space so you can get right? I feel it's very important for us to do that every now and then, not only just for making music, but in anything. If you're getting frustrated with your kids or your job, it's sometimes to just come out in nature, clear your mind, and be one-on-one with your own thoughts. Take it easy. Peace.